Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the climax of Africa Youth Month 2021. It's been an insightful journey so far with previous activities done in various regions, Western, Eastern, and finally we are here at the Accra Media Hub, that's the YMCA Media Hub in Adabraka, and we are coming to you today with our last activity, which is a panel discussion on waste management and climate change. And then we would go on with a capacity building training on recycling waste, that's turning waste into treasure. So not to waste time, I'll go ahead and introduce my wonderful, vibrant leaders who are joining me on the panel today to discuss and deliberate more on climate change. I have with me Mr. CEDRIC DZELU and Ms. Francisca Ohenewa. I'll give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I am grateful for having me here to share my thought on the subject that has been topical. My name is CEDRIC DZELU. I am the YMCA change agent and also a YMCA climate ambassador responsible for espousing ideas, knowledge, and to advocate on the devastating effect of the climate crisis. And once again, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I am Ohiniwa Francisca. I'm an STC ambassador and also the youth secretary for Ghana YMCA. I'm also an entrepreneur. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ohenewa. My name is Mamia Badodu, not to forget, the STC ambassador for Ghana YMCA, an entrepreneur as well, and a national youth organizer. So let's just go straight to the point. We know day in, day out, we generate waste as humans, and we want to learn more about how best we can manage the waste and eradicate the loads of problems that comes as a result of we not managing the waste well. So my first question would go to Mr. CEDRIC DZELU. CEDRIC.
Hello.
Do you think people don't know much about waste management?
It is obvious that information on waste management is very scant. I mean, to a very large degree, it is limited. Many people are not aware about how to separate waste and how to manage waste and the process in doing that, and even to understand the benefit that it brings to them. Most people have the thinking that waste is waste, and so are not coming to terms with the fact that waste can have economic advantage, that waste can be put to reuse. And so I agree with the school of thought that information on the topic is limited and that enough is needed to be done to share information on the subject. The more reason why we are having this engagement today.
So why then are we still suffering on the effects? Years back, comparing years back to now, we were expecting that by now Ghanaians, or should I say the world at large, should have known much about waste and then how best we can manage it. But why? Why are we still suffering from that? Why is it that I think little has been done about it?
This problem is coming as a result of different complicated issues.
Okay.
I mean, it is not lost on me that many people are aware that we need to do something about waste management. However, information is limited, like I said earlier on. But it will interest you to know that year on, time passing by, the tons of waste that we generate keeps increasing. Human activities, are causing people to generate more waste. However, the mechanism to work on the waste, or the mechanism to recycle this waste, is not being championed as it should. And you ask the question that why do we keep facing this problem? We keep facing this problem because I think that we are not coming out or coming forth with the set of ideas or innovations that will be able to harness the technology in waste management. And that is where we are at the moment.
Let me quickly go to Francisca. So, how are young people leading this agenda?
Okay, so far, young people are doing what they can. I mean, as young people, we don't have the needed resources that can combat the management of a whole nation's waste. So I know a few young people who are into recycling. I know a few other young people who are into recycling. I went on social media, YouTube, Facebook, and I found a lot of people who are using waste materials to make new things that is going to bring cash into their pockets. And apart from that, clean-up exercises, a few branches of the Ghana YMCA even mobilized themselves as young people and did clean-up activities at their various local branches in their communities. So it is not much because they don't have all the needed resources to do the big things, but in their own small ways, they are doing a lot.
Thank you very much. Also, air pollution and climate change. Cedric, what do we do now?
Climate change is, I should say, one of the most topical issues, in our time today. Unfortunately, it has not dawned on many people as it should. But I think that everyone, to some extent, come to the realization that the environment or the climate is not as it used to be. I recall that my uneducated grandmom, used to tell me when it will rain and when it will not rain. She can predict exactly the weather pattern. But you and I sitting here cannot predict that.
Exactly.
And that comes at a cost. That comes at a very huge negative impact. The extent to which our food supply is being threatened, food security, because when there's drought, our food supply is being threatened. The extent to which the enjoyment of certain human rights is being, questioned. When there's flooding, people have to, relocate, move away from their sheltering, places they've lived for so long a time. About sports, climate change is negatively affecting sports because when there is heat, young people can no longer play, out as expected. When there's flooding, young people can no longer go to the pitch, the court to play. Melting ice, melting glaciers is preventing, ice sports from being championed. So clearly, climate change is impacting almost every part of human endeavor, and I'll just mention a few areas where to serve as an example. It is a concern because climate change is a ticking time bomb. It's a ticking time bomb such that if we do not act, it will come to haunt us in a very, very huge cost. And so there's a need for the world leaders. There's a need for organizations, there's a need for individuals to champion the cause of mitigation, to champion the cause of adaptation, so that we can restore nature to its rightful place to support humanity.
Thank you very much, Cedric. Ohenewa, glass, paper, metal, how do we manage these wastes?
I always say we can make a lot of money from waste, but most people don't even know how. So where I live at Mampong, my father has made us segregate waste. So we have a bin for metals, that for plastic, that for food waste and all that. So what we do is, there are some people who buy metal waste. When they come around, we sell it to them. Others come, they want to buy glass, we sell it to them. Others come, they want to buy, in fact, there are others who also rear animals in the neighborhood. So when they come, food leftovers and the biodegradable ones, we give it to them. And I mean, that is how it is. You can make sure you segregate them very well. Sell it to the waste management companies. In our public sensitization video, we put out a list of waste management companies in Ghana, and we have a lot of them at various centers. You can just get in touch with them, just gather them, segregate it, call them, they'll come for it, buy it from you and give you money. So I think that is the least way as a starting point. If we start from that point, then we know we are going further and we will do better. So just segregate, sell it out to waste management companies, and they will take it out from there.
You made mention of waste segregation. Can you throw more light on that, please?
So simply, the traditional way of waste disposal in Ghana, we sweep, we gather everything, we have one trash can, we put everything into it. Now what we mean is, instead of putting everything in one trash can, you can get one small trash can for glass, another one for metals, another one for paper, another one for plastic, another one for food waste. So instead of putting everything together, you put glass in the glass container, you put paper in paper. Basically just separate it and get containers, put each in its container, and then keep it. You know, it also helps in a way that if you put all the trash in one thing, the trash can get full easily. Within a day or two, it's full. But then if you segregate, you would realize that it will take a longer time for the trash can to be full. Then it is going to reduce the number of times the waste management companies, when they come to our houses, we pay for it. So if you take a longer time before your trash can gets full, then it means you are going to pay lesser. You are not going to send waste regularly, and you are going to save some money for your pockets as well.
Thank you very much. Cedric, let me come to you.
Okay.
This question is so dear to me, and I want you particularly to answer this question. Should I say you are a professional when it comes to climate change, and you would actually give us the necessary information on this. Is the environment the only victim of all this?
Unfortunately, I need to break it to you and to anyone watching this program that the environment is not the victim of climate change.
Wow.
It is us, the humans. We, those living on the planet, we are the victim of climate change. If there is flooding, as we saw tidal waves, around the coast in the Volta region, or Typhoon Goni hitting, Philippines, or you have tsunami, or any other sort of climate change, who suffers? It is the human beings. Flooding is causing people to lose their homes, places they have called their homes habitation for many, many years. Excess heat waves is causing unimaginable health issues. It is us, the humans, not the environment. When there is drought and there is shortage of food supply, it is us who suffers, not the environment. It is us, the people living on the planet. And when food supply is threatening security, threatening peace around communities, it is us who suffers. Rising seawater level is threatening the lives of people in small islands, like the Maldives. And we are told that at the heat of 2.0, there are certain countries that will no longer be in existence. It is the human beings who are the victims. So please, let no one think that we are doing the planet a favor. Let no one think that we are doing the environment a favor. We are in a race, or we are in a battle to save ourselves, to say. We are in a battle to ensure that we live in a world that is habitable. At 2.0 degrees Celsius, we will not be able to accommodate it. So it is us who will suffer. And even here in Ghana, sometimes, when the sun is scorching, see how uncomfortable it is. It is not the sun who suffers, it is us who suffers. So I would like to submit to you that we are largely the victims. We are disadvantaged as far as climate change is concerned. The more reason why all of us, men, women, children, the government, individuals, must participate in the climate change solutions, must be able to contribute in finding ways and means in reversing such devastating impact of the crisis.
Wow. We are the ones that are going to suffer. We are already suffering. Trust me, it's not all about the environment, but it's about us. Then again, Cedric, do you think people don't know their actions are the causes of our climate change?
Partly yes, partly no. The no comes in when people have little information about climate change, and for that matter, are not aware that their human activities, is contributing to the greenhouse gas effect. And partly yes, because some people are aware that if I do ABC, it is harmful to, the environment. For instance, if you are burning, say, tie, even right there, even the smell alone tells you that, no, this is not good for the environment, because you can feel it. To some extent, they are aware. But where the problem is that many people are in denial. Many people are in denial to the extent that they feel that their individual activities is not enough to cause the kind of damage that we are talking about. So if someone is burning tar to process, let's say gold or cow, okay, that person is in denial to think that just to burn one tire to get, my meat done is not what is going to destroy the world.
Yeah.
So, but we have forgotten that it is the individual activities culminating that will sum up to cause the kind of effect that we are seeing. Mm-hmm. So individuals have refused to come to terms with it, but some have also come to terms with it, but mostly do not have any option. For instance, we talk about clean energy, but clean energy is expensive. We talk about solar, but solar is expensive. So people are also left with little choice on what to do to be able to contribute their own share, their own quota in the climate change solution.
I'm sure we are learning a lot, because there are a lot of things that he said I know basically little about. Oh, anyway, let's go to recycling. How do we encourage people to save our soil through recycling?
Okay, so what I believe in is, if we are all going to make up our minds to recycle one or two materials, not all materials, then we are going to do a lot. So if I'm in my home, I'm recycling paper, and someone is recycling glass or another thing, then we are going to achieve what we want, a cleaner environment. Now, on the issue of recycling, paper, you can recycle paper. You can make something we call paper mache. It is used to make effigies, or it's used in sculpture a lot. Those who are into sculpture, you can use it to make a statue. You can use it to make any shape or any model of any item at all you want, and it's very beautiful if well done. Now, when you come to plastic, especially in Ghana, tons of plastic waste is produced, but recycling and even collecting them to put at the right places is a problem. Now, today we are even going to teach young people how to recycle old car tires, and then old plastic bottles. We are going to use it to make pencil or pen holders or cases, and we are going to learn how to use this to make coffee tables or seats that we can use in our homes. You can use it at your restaurants, you can use it at your office, you can use it at your pub. We are going to also learn how to use old car tires to make coffee tables, and also seats you can also use in your lounges or anywhere at all. You just have to add a little touch, and you're going to make something so beautiful that you didn't even imagine. And when you sell these things, it is going to make one good thing about what we are going to do is, we are not letting the young people who learn go free. We are going to monitor them. We are going to help them find the market niche, help them sell all the products they are going to produce after here. So it's a means of employment for them. I believe in recycling a lot. Not everything, you can't do everything, but you can just take one item. So I'm into the recycling of plastic bottles. You can make pencil cases, pen cases, and sell it to young children in school. It will cost way lesser than the ones we import into the country every day. You can make plastic bottle coffee tables and use it very lightweight. You can just carry it anywhere at all, even a child can carry it, and it is going to help us a lot. So I would really encourage recycling. In fact, after here, if you still want any lessons, you can contact any of us, and we are going to help you through that.
Thank you very much, Ainhoa. Before I proceed to my last set of questions, I would ask my dear participants if they do have any question
or
for the panel, or contribution for the panelists. Okay, so Cedric, how can young people lead change in their communities?
The Paris Agreement has its tenet stipulated in Article 12 among other things, to create awareness, educate, and to mobilize people towards coming to the understanding of what is happening, and to bring more knowledge or information into the world or among people concerning this. Where I see young people playing a critical role is to be the agent of change, to be the one who will communicate this message to their families, to their colleagues, and to their communities. Because most of these young people have the benefits that their parents, grandparents, never had. Even the opportunity of social media. The snap of a finger, they have every information at their beck and call. Most of these young people are educated. And so they'll be able to position themselves at a place where they can educate. So I would like to call on young people to use your platform, to call on young people to be the agent of change, to concern themselves with the matters or discussions about climate change, and to be the one to convey this message to their colleagues, to their parents, discuss this in their schools, at churches, so that they bring everyone to the point where we'll be fully aware of the full scope of the crises that confront us, so that each of us can also confront our individual roles in addressing the climate crisis.
Thank you very much, Cedric. Oheno, your last words.
This is the climax of the African Youth Month celebration in Ghana. This is what we are doing as young people. This is what we have started. In Ghana, we chose to tackle climate change and then poor waste management, because we realize it's a very big issue in Ghana. We are doing it in a small way, and this is to help us achieve the Agenda 2063, which African Union has put together. And we are hoping that as young people, we will come together, put our resources together, fight this, do everything possible to ensure that by 2063, we would have achieved the Africa we want. Let us all come on board. Don't feel you are too small or you have nothing to offer. Just go to any NGO, especially those ones who are into youth activities. Talk to them about Agenda 2063. Talk to them about the Africa we want. And you can even come to YMCA at Adabraka, in between the SU Towers and the psychiatric hospital. You can walk in at any time and we'll receive you. We'll talk to you more. We'll show you how you can also contribute in your small way to help us all achieve the Agenda 2063. It is more important for us young people. So let us all get on board and do this. Thank you.
Let us all get on board and do this. Thank you so much, my dear panelists, for giving us this insightful time, educating us more on waste management, climate change, recycling. I always say this, we do not need loads of money to tackle these issues. We can all help in our seemingly minor ways. Thanks for being part of us, and thanks for believing in us. We can lead change. Change starts from you. You, and you. We can make the world a better place with in our own little ways. Thank you so much. My dear studio audience, thanks for being a part of us. And yes, if you are in Accra and you are interested in the capacity building training, you can walk in to YMCA Center at Adabraka, in between the SUTAS and then the psychiatric center, adjacent to the Accra Psychiatric Center. You can walk in and join us. The training starts at exactly 12 noon and it will end around 3 p.m. So we'll be waiting for you. We hope to see you soon. Thank you and have a lovely day.
Oh, wow. Charlie.